Hey, very good evening to everyone. Today we are going to discuss a particular question. This question was asked on 16th of October. Yes. 2021 for academic task 2. So the question was asked several times before. This is the most recent question here. Increasing the price of fuel is the best way to solve growing traffic and pollution problems. To what extent do you agree or disagree? Okay, so you can see for a similar question, increasing the price of petrol or something like that. But here, the question was as increasing the price of fuel is the best way to solve growing traffic and pollution problems. To what extent do you agree or disagree? So there is a statement part. The statement part clearly states that increasing the price of fuel, there is a movement, there are activity. You can see that there is an action. The action is increasing the price of fuel. Now, the problem is growing traffic and pollution problems. So increasing the price of the fuel is the best way to solve growing traffic and pollution problems. To what extent do you agree or disagree? So there is a problem and there is a suggestion. So whether you agree to this suggestion, that this suggestion is the best way to solve the problems. So that's the question. So we understood the question. So we underline the key points. So we can say that this is the turning point here. Is it the best way to solve the growing traffic and pollution problems, or are there any other ways to solve these things? Now, let's see. In the description, the introduction, we can say it is suggested that the most effective way to address the problems of traffic and pollution is the hike in the price of fuels. So the same sentence is rephrased here, but in a different form. So the best way, you can say most effective way, it is suggested because it is not your personal opinion. It is suggested by someone. And the problem is traffic pollution and traffic and pollution. And the solution is hike in the price of fuels. Everything is addressed here. So the matter is addressed completely in the first part of the introduction. The second part of the introduction deals with your own personal view. Now I have cleared the answer. Considering the fact that fuel is an essential commodity, I feel that it hardly makes any significant impact in solving these crises. So these crises, which are these crises? Traffic and pollution. So it hardly makes any significant impact. It does not make any significant impact in solving this issue because it is an essential commodity. So we have come to a clear picture, 2 sentences. What is this topic and what is the thesis? So the topic and the thesis is clear. Now, in the first particular paragraph, this is the reason why I disagree. The reason why I disagree that it is not the best way to solve growing traffic and pollution problems. is because it is an integral part of the smooth running life of the modern era. Now, even a substantial increase in price that won't be reflecting in any declining in the rate of pollution caused by vehicles and congestion on roads, because it has become an integral part of the smooth running of sea. It has become one of the basic needs. So we cannot live without this thing, without the use of fuels. However, at the same time, yeah, the move would cause financial difficulties among common people who have to spend more. So you have difficulties instead. It's not going to decrease traffic. It's not going to decrease the rate of pollution, but instead what it causes difficulties to the common man. They have to spend more. Now, one more sentence is there. Whether it's private or public vehicles, transportation should hardly face any hurdles for maintaining the normal life of the people, and it is the responsibility of governments. Now, it's private, whether it is private or public vehicles. No? So some of the candidates may suggest that promoting public transportation can reduce traffic. Okay, to some extent, but you know that people have to travel. See, whether it is, see, for example, 1,000 people are traveling today. So I think that 1,001 people will travel tomorrow. So definitely the rate of people who commute is increasing day by day. And you know that whether it is private or public vehicle, people have to commute. See, for example, if I am taking 4 or 5 cars instead of 1 bus. So I think 5 or 6 cars, fine. So 6 cars instead of 1 bus, so I can substitute. So these people will be going in the bus. So it's not, I don't need, it's not enough for the people for, I think tomorrow, 1,001, 1,002 people will be coming. So more buses are needed. So whether it is private vehicle or it is public vehicles, we need more vehicles instead here. So it is not going to make any major difference. It can make some difference. So if you have 4 or 5 cars and 1 bus compared, so tomorrow I need 1 more bus. Day after tomorrow, I need 1 more bus. So I need more buses there. So I can make some changes there, but not the best way. So you have to say private vehicles or public vehicles, transportation should hardly face any hurdles for maintaining the normal life of the people. Say, for example, I have to travel by private vehicles because for my emergency purpose, sometimes I need to go ahead with the private vehicles. I cannot depend on public transportation there. I cannot always depend on public transportation there. So there will be difficulties. So I need to say that both the public and private transportation is needed, and it is the responsibility of the government to make sure that this is happening. Now let's move ahead to the next paragraph. The first paragraph, we have said why we disagree to this thing. So now in this paragraph, I'm going to say this options. There are better options here. So what are the better options here? So the better options here are individually traffic and pollution. So the traffic is to excuse me. In case of traffic, we have to say that better infrastructure like metro rails and monorails, along with traffic laws, strict traffic laws, you can see that two things are there. Individual attention is given to traffic. Yeah, we have two options: improvement of infrastructure and stringent traffic laws. In case of pollution, I have two options. Number one is energy efficient and less polluting fuels. Number two, laws which scrap older vehicles. So these are better options than increasing the price of fuels. Now to conclude, it's clear that as far as fuel plays an integral part in the life of modern man, its price hike is not going to alter the traffic and pollution problems. This is not going to make a significant impact there. Instead, both these issues can be solved better if addressed individually. We can say that if it is addressed individually, rather than this way, I can make better results. I can say that we can reduce the pollution in a substantial way and reduce the traffic problems in a significant manner. So both these things you can say that. Okay, and that is the explanation here. Hope you must have understood that. Thank you.